right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Ryan Richmond is on the phone. I was just looking at his artwork. He's a very, very good artist. He's not just getting my accolades. He's getting accolades from one of the most prestigious awards that we've ever heard of. And if you are an author or an artist, you got to pay attention to this because this could catapult your career. Ryan Richmond is an award-winning concept artist and illustrator working in the entertainment industry for film and video games. He does work for tabletop RPGs, is that right, Robin?
Yes.
Tabletop? Card games and books, and he's one of the winners of the L. Ron Hubbard Writers and Illustrators of the Future, Volume 33. I just looked at the one. His is a ghost in a jail. I can't remember. Oh gosh,
that's pretty cool.
Sorry, I can't remember the name of the story. The L. Ron Hubbard Writers of the Future, Volume 33 is the book. If you again, just pay attention to this conversation because I'm telling you, if you're a science fiction writer, fantasy writer, an artist who can do those kinds of illustrations, you have found your calling. You just have to get your stuff out to them out in Hollywood, right? So that's where they are in Hollywood?
Yep.
Ryan Richmond.
California.
Good morning, Ryan. How are you?
Good morning, Larry. Great. How are you?
Oh, good. Where are you calling from?
Indianapolis area.
How's the weather up there today?
Yeah. Oh, not good.
You've got a lot of water today. Isn't your state getting wet? See, we need some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, send it here.
We'd love to give you guys some.
So as an artist of the future, or writer of the future, I don't know if you can imagine the solution to droughts and floods. We could maybe share the water, and your problem and our problem would be solved.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's one of the cool things, isn't it, about science fiction? Is that quite often the future is imagined, and I guess the role of the artist is to make it more visual, so that we can see what the writer was trying to visualize or trying to describe.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously the writer creates it, and then anyone who reads it is able to create their own image in their head, which is fantastic. But then be able to bring an artist on and create something that the reader doesn't necessarily have to imagine themselves, because maybe they're not able to. Some people just don't have that creative, thing in their minds. That's the great thing about it. Just random artists can come on, create this beautiful artwork, and then create whole new worlds.
Yeah. So when you won this particular award for this for the Writers of the Future, when was that? When did that actually happen for you?
I applied. I believe it was the second or third quarter of last year, and then I was informed in the fall, I believe, that I had won for that quarter.
Oh, nice. And did it change things, or were you already doing pretty well as an illustrator? I don't mean your talent. I mean as far as making money with it.
Right. Yeah. No, I was doing okay. Freelance. I'm still doing freelance. I wouldn't say it's catapulted my career as of yet. It's still a work in progress. But it's been a major help since then, for sure. Getting that exposure and experience. You
wrote the book. You did the illustration for Acquisition.
Yep.
So Jake has been on also. Jake Marley has been on, and now we have. Oh wow! So now we get the team.
Yeah.
Have you guys become friends? Like when an illustrator hooks up with an author, do the two of you? And I can only ask you. I don't know about the rest of them. But
right.
Did you guys become friends?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Jake's an incredible guy. I love doing illustration for his work, and just meeting him in person was really, really cool.
I have explored your website, and you have different categories of your art, but I can't remember the one category of your art. But you've got this super cool artwork of this really sexy woman, and you've got her like to the bottom of the page. You should put her like up front. At top. You should move her to the top.
Wait a minute. Yeah. See, Robin can get away with that. I can't say.
Well, she's great. She's wonderful. And such fun.
All right.
Yeah.
I can't remember the category because you are just an absolutely amazing artist. I mean, you have so many. You have like 3 different categories on the links to each category on the top of your page, and you're really outstanding.
All right. So you got.
Thank you so much.
So you got to put Ryan Richmond -art. How do you do it?
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
RyanRichmond-R.com. Okay, I got the no free zone. What is that? The no free zone. The first Ryan Richmond was some kind of a money guy Ryan, Richmond-art.com.
Yep.
Ryan, Richmond-art. How come?
You are such you have such a variety of work, though. I mean, you just don't do everything on the computer. You also do it by hand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some by hand, mainly computer. But just whatever it calls for, you know.
So it says here that you've done a lot of work for video games. Does that mean you do animation as well?
No animation. I do pre-visualization art, so just everything that comes before the game is actually created to envision what it would be.
So is it a lot of fun? Because I know in video games, not that I'm a big player, but I've looked over the shoulder of my son who plays video games, and there's a lot of landscapes. I'm always amazed that a character can run across a world, and like these landscapes are endless. I never understood how that is actually done.
Oh, I don't either. It's I just create the art for it, but yeah, it's really, really cool to be able to create these worlds myself. You know, it's that players can jump into and enjoy.
Oh, now I found your site. Okay, it was. Oh, you are amazing! Look at this. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! This stuff is so unbelievably good. All right, so you got to.
Thank you.
I think the computer was hijacked there for a minute there because it was taking me all kinds of crazy places. Oh my gosh, there is nothing on here that isn't great.
Thank you.
What are you working on right now?
Comic books, actually. So really different than all the work you see on the website. Just finished one up yesterday. I'm going to finish another one up today or this weekend. That's what I'm doing.
Are they still called comic books, or are they now graphic novels, or is there a difference?
There is a difference. These are comic books. Comic books are usually shorter. Graphic novels are, the big paperbacks. I don't know the full difference between them because I haven't really done much work in the field, but there's a slight difference for sure.
Do you also help to design the card games themselves or the tabletop RPGs when you do the art?
I do the no, just the artwork on my side. Usually the people I'm working with already have everything else figured out, and they just need specific artwork for the cards or the board game itself.
Did you have any doubts when you were entering the contest? Did somebody need to convince you that you really are that good and you could win?
Honestly, when I entered, someone else had entered on my Facebook, and I saw it, and I'm like, might as well give it a shot myself. I had no idea what the contest was about. Just submitted my work and kind of passed it off as another thing I submitted to. And then when I found out months later, I'm just like blown away by the scope of it and just how incredible it all is. It's definitely a shock for sure, and really humbling to win something that prestigious. Yeah.
So I've been I don't know if I say studying L. Ron Hubbard or not, but I've been reading about him and looking at videos about him. Now look, something else came up. One of these survey 024.3. What is it? Oh, this is something.
I didn't have a problem. I don't know.
Yeah, but I got this. I got only one Samsung S8 left in the Google membership. Press OK to claim your prize. Oh my gosh.
There you go. Yeah.
I am not pressing anything except for X to get out of it. All right. So anyway, I was thinking about L. Ron Hubbard and the fact that he created this for authors, for writers, and for illustrators. And I was thinking how so many people who I don't know if he's a rags to riches story or not, and I know he's gone. I know he's gone, but I don't know if in the younger days he was not so well off. But so many people who are successful don't really look back and say, you know what, I want to help out some other people who aren't getting the break. So I just love the fact that he made it possible, because someone, how do I say this without saying, I don't want to offend anybody, but a lot of times people who are successful are snooty, right?
Yes.
And they're like, I'm good, and sorry, you're not. And but I think if I ever were to meet this guy, obviously would have to be in heaven because he's not here anymore. But it would. I think he would have been the guy who said, you know what, I can't stand the suits. I think not that this nothing to do with suits at all, but you know what I mean. And anyway, so I'm just so happy that we get to speak to guys like yourself. So did you go? You already went to the award ceremony, right?
Yeah. That was end of May, early
end of April,
end of March, early April.
Yeah. How was that? Was that fun?
Oh, yeah, it was incredible. They flew us out there, had a week of workshops where we got to meet some incredible people in our fields that we look up to, hear from them. Did workshops where we worked on pieces of art, learned about business, and then that huge gala event at the end of the week where we got to stand up in front of 1,000 people and give a speech. That was.
Did you speak? You spoke?
Yeah, I spoke.
What'd you say to him? What'd you say?
Thank you to a lot of people.
Do you know, I was in California when I was I grew up in Long Island, New York, near an ocean, and in Florida where there's an ocean. And I went out to California, Southern California, where there's an ocean. And when I was out there, I met a guy from Red Key, Indiana, not too far from where you are. Do you know where Red Key is?
I'm not exactly sure.
I think Ball State, Ball State University.
Yeah.
Does that sound right? Okay. So I met him. This was a guy. Now I'm going to reveal that I'm an old guy because this was 1977. But anyway, I met this guy from Indiana, and he saw the ocean for the first time, and he said, "Oh my God, I didn't realize how big it was." And I said, "Really?" I mean, to me, because I had seen it all my life, but I imagine it's like when I first saw the Grand Canyon or anything like that. So, did you, when you went out to LA for the ceremony, was that the first time you had been on the West Coast or near an ocean?
No and no, but it was definitely completely different from where I'm at. I'm around cornfields every day, so going into a city that's packed, filled with all those talented people is definitely a shock.
Yeah, years later when they invented this thing called Google Earth, I looked to see where he lived because I still keep in touch with him, and he lives in the middle of a cornfield. Absolutely,
Larry had looked at some videos from Writers of the Future Awards, and he had showed me one where you have the challenge of doing the workshop and then creating an illustration in 2 days. How nervous were you doing that?
Not as nervous as I would have thought, because I've been doing freelance for a couple of years now, and that's basically how a lot of the projects go. They give you something one day, and then a couple of days later they want you to show them something. So I was prepared, luckily, but it was definitely a test for sure.
Yeah. What was your assignment? What kind of elements did you have?
Well, they gave us 2 short stories by L. Ron Hubbard, and we were tasked to create either a cover illustration or an interior illustration based around one of those stories in that 2 days. So.
Oh, wow. Is it easy for you to visualize things like that? I've been listening to his the audiobook of his Battlefield Earth, and everything is visual. And I'm just wondering, is it easier to visualize some people's writing more than others?
Yeah, maybe. I definitely think some people are more descriptive with their writing. Usually, though, it's pretty easy whenever I read anyone's work to come up with something in my head. That's just kind of how you work whenever you read. Even if you're not thinking about it, you're creating these images in your head. You just have to focus on it and pull from that.
Yeah.
So,
and you were involved in something called the Big Reveal? What is that?
Yeah, that was awesome. So, as one of the winners, we were paired up with a writer, the Illustrators were, so I was paired up with Jake. And I hadn't met him before this big reveal. So they submitted their story to the competition, and then the Illustrators were tasked to create an illustration for that story. And until that moment, the big reveal, Jake had never seen my illustration. So they set up all of our illustrations in this big room, and then they let the writers come in and try to find which illustration matched their story. So we just got to witness all of their reactions as they happened upon the one that fit their story.
Wow, so did he know yours right away?
Cool. That is cool.
Oh, yeah. He picked it out really quick. He actually came in and just started pointing everyone's stories and was like naming them off. Oh, that's yours. Oh, that's yours. Oh, that's yours. And then he got to mine.
Oh, they all read each other's stories then. They knew.
Yeah, they did. Mm-hmm.
This it's so refreshing to speak to somebody like you. Ryan Richmond is on the phone, and if I seem like I'm distracted, I am. I'm looking at your artwork on the computer to my right. Ryan,
did you find a sexy lady?
I don't know which one you're talking about. I found a few sexy ladies.
Oh, okay.
Let me comment on something. I clicked on the sketches tab. If those are sketches, I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting like pencil marks, but these are like full finished paintings. But
They're
you
wonderful.
consider these sketches, huh?
Oh yeah. These are my morning sketches basically that I do every once in a while to kind of keep fresh.
These are morning sketches. How long is your morning?
He's
long
in
as I want it.
California. He's got 3 hours.
He's got 3 extra hours. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
When you do your artwork, some artists will listen to music. They'll put a movie on and look up once in a while. Do you do anything with any kind of noise in the background, or are you in total solitude?
Oh no, I always have something playing in the background. I can't sit in complete silence. Sometimes it's a movie, TV show. Recently I've just been listening to music, so I can kind of be more focused. But
Do you listen to John Mellencamp? Isn't he in Indiana? John Cougar Mellencamp?
pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, I love John Cougar
Put 'em on there.
Mellencamp. I do. Whatever happened? Is he still around? I haven't heard from him in a
Oh,
while.
I have no idea.
Well,
yeah, not sure.
He dropped his name, though.
I
It's
was-
just John Cougar, right? Used
Yeah.
to be John Cougar Mellencamp.
Pink
and then
Little Houses or something. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
Just a little ditty about Jack and Diane. 2 American kids growing up in the heartland. Da 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 da.
Since you have received these accolades, do you think it will be easier for you to get appointments to submit your artwork to different publishers and established book authors?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The thing about this contest is it's huge in the writing world. In the illustration world, I don't know if it's as big. Because I hadn't heard of it. So for the writing side, absolutely. I think that could be a huge asset to be able to show that you've been a part of that.
And with the writers, I know they get to meet with these amazingly successful writers in that genre. Did the same thing happen to you as an artist? Did you meet other illustrators that have already these amazing careers?
Yeah, we did. Larry Elmore, Ciarello, a couple other guys, fantasy artists, sci-fi artists. I've been working in the industry for many, many years. Got to hear from them. They spoke. Yeah.
What's really amazing about what you do, you have now inadvertently become a mentor to up-and-coming artists. And that's an awesome responsibility.
Almost instantly,
Oh, yeah.
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 I actually, I'm looking at a copy right now, and for listeners, I normally give away books. I'm not giving this one away.
No.
This is L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future, Volume 33. This is, by the way, according to my notes from Carmen, a bestseller, USA Today and Publishers Weekly, as well as in the United Kingdom. Third year in a row for this particular. I guess that would be Volume 32 and 31 also. So you're getting a lot of exposure that you wouldn't have had otherwise.
Yeah.
Do you get fan mail? Do you get feedback? Do you see like do the numbers go up on your website?
No fan mail or feedback for me yet. Hopefully that'll come. That'd be cool. Yeah, I think on the website, I've seen a little bit of a spark since the contest for sure.
Yeah,
So,
well, I'm looking
definitely
at.
help. Absolutely.
It seems that your art comes naturally to you. Like this isn't something that you had to learn how to do. This must have been a passion all your life.
Look
Yeah. Been drawing ever since I was little.
Look at this gigantic guy holding onto a building. That's what I feel like when I'm from New York. When I go back to New York, I just want to give it a big hug. Hey, I'm back. I want to hug a building just like that guy. Oh my gosh.
Funny you mentioned that one. That's actually the one I created for the workshop.
Oh my.
Oh, that was for the workshop? That was one of L. Ron Hubbard's stories? Well, maybe he loved New York, too.
I love the different perspectives that you have in your different categories on your website, because you've got one in the beginning where you're like looking down at a cityscape, and then there's another one that you're sort of looking off in the distance, and I think that's pretty awesome to be that versatile.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
Where's the sexy woman, Robin? I'm looking. I'm going crazy here. Or is it the one with she's on the horse riding backwards?
She's at the very end. No, it's past that one.
Past this one on the same
Yeah,
page?
I love that
Okay,
one.
Robin's not on the microphone right now, so I gotta narrate what Robin's
Where'd
talking.
it go?
It's not there. It's a different. Must be a different page.
That one's beautiful
There,
too.
right.
That one of the lady riding backwards with the man on the horse. I mean, gosh, you've got the
Yeah.
muscles on the horse.
We all like when ladies
and
ride
everything,
backwards.
It's and her legs are perfect.
She didn't
Absolutely.
hear me. She didn't hear me.
Yes, I did. Ride 'em, cowboy. Did you use a model for that one?
Yeah, my wife, actually. She modeled for me.
Really?
Do you have a horse?
She's got.
No horse, no.
So you had to imagine the horse.
Oh, she's got great legs.
Is that
She's
you?
beautiful.
Are you the other guy on the horse?
Yeah, I think I'm out for that one.
Wow, you're a good-looking
Gonna
guy.
use whatever you got.
You're a good.
I made it look better on the illustration.
I'm looking for a picture of you. Where is there a picture of you on here?
I don't know if I have one on the website. Maybe.
Well, congratulations. Hopefully you're having fun doing these radio interviews. We love talking to you, and it's just so refreshing. If you're just tuning in, Ryan Richmond is our guest. He's one of the artists who won one of the awards at the Writers and Illustrators of the Future. His illustration is in the Writers of the Future Volume 33 book, which is currently out there. And you are the illustrator for the story called Acquisition, and I can't remember. We just spoke to Jake not too long ago.
Yeah.
I can't
He
remember.
had good things to say about you.
Yeah, you guys are pals.
Oh, yeah. He's a great guy.
You had a book signing after the ceremony. Were you nervous doing that?
Yeah, really nervous. Never done anything like that before. There's so many people there, so it's a weird experience getting to meet that many people and sign people's work. To go from cornfields to Hollywood where you're signing thousands of books. It's crazy.
Yeah, but weren't you glad to get back to the cornfields? I
missed it for sure.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fickle. I will love the city, and then when I'm there too long, I can't wait to get back to the country, and then I get sick of that, and I'm back and forth. I'm hugging the building every once in a while. Volume 33 is available on Amazon.com as well as wherever books are sold. Your website, as we mentioned before, is Ryan Richmond, R-Y-A-N, Richmond, as in Richmond, Virginia, -art. There's another Ryan Richmond who's trying to sell you stocks or something.
Yeah, don't go to that one.
Yeah, don't go to that one. That's
not that one.
and he'll send you all kinds of crazy things that looks like malware to me. Anyway, so what's next for you? What's up in the future?
I'm working on getting a studio job and for film, video games, anything like that. Want to move out to the West Coast probably. Yeah.
Are you going to move out west?
Out to California?
Probably so.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's where the job is. Whoever hires me, I'll move out there.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Can I ask how old you are?
Yeah. 23.
Oh my gosh, you're perfect age for that kind of move. You're going to miss home, but so your wife has to go with you then. Take the horse and the wife.
Yeah. Yep. We'll ride the horse that way.
That's right. Well, you absolutely are amazing, and any students that you acquire because of this, they're going to be very lucky to have you as their instructor because you seem to be a person that will advocate the people to use their own talents and go in their own direction instead of mimicking what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you just got to follow your own passions. For sure.
So a little suggestion to the folks at the awards. Maybe they could have writers, illustrators, and composers of the future. Because I'm looking at some of your credentials with the video games, and video games are becoming the place for some of the best compositions in music lately, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
and L. Ron Hubbard was a composer, so it all fits in, right?
That's right.
He wrote music. All right, Ryan, you're outstanding. Thank you for being on the air. You're so polite and so nice. Thank you so much for being on the air. Everybody, go get the book. You will love this book. You will, if you've not discovered the writings of L. Ron Hubbard, you're just going to fall in love with his writings. And Ryan, thank you for taking some time out of your day to be with us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure.
Go to writersofthefuture.com, by the way, if you're interested in following in Ryan's footsteps. Writersofthefuture.com. We will be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM.